backyard. We found a woman whose experience is matched by her commitment. We found a woman whose grounded approach to leadership is matched by a courageous use of voice and of platform. We found a nationally renowned leader in arts, education, and social justice, and a powerful advocate for young people and for change. And so I am thrilled and honored on behalf of the whole YouthSpeaks board and all of the YouthSpeaks staff to welcome to the stage and to the organization the next executive director of YouthSpeaks, Cristy, Johnston, Limon.
I'm not a dancer. Oh my God, thank you so much for that introduction. It is my honor and pleasure to be here with you tonight to bring the noise for Dr. King. I'm back here in my city. So, yes, all life is interrelated, and we are wrapped in a single garment of destiny. So I come to you from Destiny Art Center, but before Destiny, we have some fans in the audience, I can't see you. But, so before Destiny, right, I grew up like 2 miles south of here in the Mission District. Mission folks, just right around the corner from Balmy Alley, which was made famous, right, by the muralistas who used the alleys as their canvas. And so, I grew up at a time when the Mission was really rich culturally, right? The food, the music, the people, carnaval, it was dope. It was community. But it was also the 1980s, and it was crazy tragic, right? When our community was really racked by violence, and the failure of capitalism was laid bare for all of us to see. But I didn't quite understand the politics at the time, and what created those conditions in my community. So instead, muralists like Juana Alicia and the Mujeres Muralistas, Patricia Rodriguez, Esther Hernandez, Miriam Olivo, Ruth Rodriguez, and Susan Cervantes. These women portrayed the feminine and images of women in the workplace, in the marketplace, women breastfeeding, women creating art. They were questioned and criticized by the men, right? Because they had not been harassed by the police like they had been. They'd not suffered by having fought in Vietnam. See, they had a different story to tell. That being a woman is a revolution in our society. They painted the beauty and strength of women in Latino culture. They persisted and adorned Balmy Alley, the women's building, and this one corner I walk past every day. Its image is still emblazoned in my mind. This image of a child that looks just like me, like my daughter, standing in a field with 2 hands in the foreground, pushing back against machine guns, pushing back against the man-made war. And that's why we're here tonight, right? Because that 12-year-old, inspired and ignited by the Mujeres Muralistas, right? The ceasefire mural about the Civil War in El Salvador that my parents just wouldn't or couldn't articulate. And the waves of Central American diaspora that followed, over 250,000, which face deportation today. That 12-year-old would become that 19-year-old when the gentrification and displacement that by the 1990s created yet another wave of diaspora. With eviction after eviction, she would take to the streets to protest, having only her voice to give to the movement. My voice, our voices. By movement, I'm talking about the quest for justice, right? I'm talking about how young people, how artists are our griots. They are civilization's truth tellers. And it's our job to listen, to respond, to understand that time's up. Time's up on border walls, mass deportations, sanctioned state violence, and policies designed to divide us. Time's up for the patriarchy that has oppressed and exploited and profited from women of color for far too long. Time's up on sexual assault, harassment, and inequality. And I need your help. It's going to take every one of us and everything we have to change this, to shift this culture into one of liberation, of equality, of safety, of care, of connection, of understanding that we all need each other, right, to live. And as an organization, we too are required to shift to our own practices, to be so bold to lead a societal shift towards a healthy and vibrant world. That is the task, that is our charge, together, as I take up the role of leading YouthSpeaks, our community and our society into a new era led by and for us. So tonight, in closing, I'd like to share a sick prayer for us, for America. And this is from one of my favorite women out there in the movement, civil rights activist, filmmaker, and founder of the Revolutionary Love Project, Valerie Carr. Some of you may have heard this before, pardon my accent. Vaikuriji ki kalsa, vaikuriji ki fate. In our tears and agony, we hold our children close and confront the truth that the future is dark. But the mother in me asks, what if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? What if our America is not dead, but a country waiting to be born? What if the story of America is one long labor? What if all of our grandmothers and grandfathers are standing behind us now? Those who survived occupation and genocide, slavery and Jim Crow, detentions and political assault are standing behind us now, whispering in our ears, "You are brave." What if this is our nation's great contraction? What does the midwife tell us to do? Breathe, and then push. Because if we don't push, we will die. If we don't push, our nation will die. Tonight, we will breathe. Tomorrow, we will labor. In love, through love, and your revolutionary love is the magic we will show our children. Vaikuriji ka kalsa, vaikuriji ki fate. We are all tied in a single garment of destiny, not fate, because we write our own destiny, and that story is yet to be written, and I hope to be writing that story with you. Thank you so much.